Kuphi na kuphi emakhaya amadolobheni naseComplasta khona lapho ubukela khona SABC 1. Sanibukela ke bekunene ke lesiqephu saleli viki, and welcome to this week's edition of Yilungelo Lakho It's Your Right. Lo hlelo kulendethela ke konke lokuthinza wena namalungelo akho njengemthengi. Mina ke ngisimphiwe Ngcona. Thank you so much for joining us. Mbukele ke kulamalanga sekunekwanza kuma investment schemes lathembisa ke lizulu nemhlaba. Banengele sebatfole ke bathwele imikhono enhloko ngaloko. Now, to speak to us about what consumers should look out for when entering into any investment scheme and how to be able to see if an investment scheme is legit or not, let's now welcome Mashite Makgoo from the Office of the FAIS Ombudsman. We also have Matshidiso Malgas from the Financial Sector Conduct Authority. Also joining us today is Mchunu, who is an independent broker from Afrimed Wealth. A very good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome.
Thank you, Simpiwe.
All right. Ndata Makgoo, I'm going to start with you. Just tell us about the work that you do at the Office of the FAIS Ombudsman.
The Office of the Ombud for Financial Services Providers, i-office laqala ngomthetho obizwa ukuthi FAIS Act,
yes,
number 37 of 2002. Labekwa le office ukuthi lidilishana nama complaints whereby consumers out there they have complaints against their financial services providers. The financial services providers lana sikhuluma ngabantu abafana nama financial advisors, ama brokers, siyabathola kuphi na kuphi, kunalabo ba independent, abanye basebenzela amakampani amakhulu wama financial services yasawazi nasema bank, abantu abafana nalabo. And then ama complaint ngalendlela FAIS Ombud idilishana nawo ngawo ukuthi ama complaints afanele ibe complaint against the financial services providers. So ngamanye amazwi ukuthi sikwazi kuba ne jurisdiction against the person that you're complaining against. Right. That person must be a financial services provider. And then kunezinye izinto sisibhekayo ukuthi complaint ikwazi ukuthi qualify as a complaint. Umthengi lapho fanele abheke into eziningi ukuthi i-complaint yakhe ay prescribanga, because umthetho uthi le office ivumeleke ukuthi idilishana nama complaints lawo inkinga yakhona ivele before 3 years iphela.
So now ukhuluma ngama complaints langa, you know, ema complaint oba ushela ukuthi it has to be within 3 months, but
not 3 years.
Or 3 years.
Yes.
Yeah. But now ukhuluma ngama complaints ukuthi aga prescribe. What does that mean?
It is according to
does it have an expiry
Act.
date?
Yes. Iyo lento esikhuluma ngayo. Kunomthetho kuthiwa i-Prescription Act, ukhuluma ngendaba zama nase court uyasebenzisa lo mthetho lonjalo. So there's the same FAIS Act, it also touches on that ukuthi i-complaint ukuthi sibe namandla ukuthi singadilishana nayo. I-complainant must have brought that complaint within 3 years of realizing ukuthi ngine complaint la against le financial services provider.
Okay.
Yeah. Ezinye izinto sizibhekayo sine jurisdiction limit lapha ne amount that we can help you. This jurisdiction limit currently it's about 800,000. Kodwa there's changes that will be implemented in the regulations to look at maybe an amount that is a little bit higher, because it has been this amount for a very, very long time.
Right.
So maybe up to 3.5 million. So, but that is still to be implemented. So, yeah, into eziningi sizibhekayo ukuthi complaint should fall within each jurisdiction, and it must be about advice and intermediary services, because ama financial services providers ngomthetho, the FAIS Act ithi i-advice iba khona makwenzeka ukuthi umthengi ahlangane ne financial advisor and then kulo nkulumisano leyo kwenzeka ukuthi umthengi agcine sekathenge i-financial product. Financial product zininzi ke in terms of lo mthetho sikhuluma ngama-financial products, not only investments, funeral policies, policies for imoto, ukavarisha imoto, indlu, impahla, nama-cell phones. As simple as cell phones and all those kind of insurances. I mean, we can even go to as far as insurances for the businesses.
Okay.
Kanjalo, kanjalo.
Okay. Now, Matshidiso, I want to understand in terms of the mandate, because it does appear that FSCA carries the same mandate as the FAIS Ombudsman. Ngoba phela, I'm sure the target is financial service providers, isn't it? So I would love to know from you, what does the FSCA do, and does it not overlap into the mandate of the Office of the FAIS Ombudsman?
Okay, thank you. So FSCA, our mandate is to promote financial stability in the market. Yes. So we are a market conduct regulator of financial institutions that sell financial products and financial services. Financial products being insurance products, short-term and long-term insurance products, your pension fund products, investments, investing in shares, for example, things like bonds and Forex. So we regulate that those financial institutions, their conduct and behavior when selling a financial product to clients is in terms of the different sector laws that we supervise. Like I mentioned, the Pension Fund Act, the FAIS Act, which is, would you say, that has explained, which is where sometimes they overlap the work that is done by the FSCA and the FAIS Ombud. Because we also regulate financial service providers, the FSPs, which sell these products. And we also, our mandate involves promoting financial customers against unfair treatment by these financial institutions. And as I stated also that we ensure that the financial markets are efficient, ensure efficient financial markets and integrity of the financial markets.
So if one is hard done by any financial service provider, should I come to you or should I go to the office of the FAIS Ombudsman?
Where a person is hard done, they're welcome to come to the FSCA because we have a point of contact with all the financial institutions that we regulate. Okay. There are about 11,000 FSPs that we have authorized. So we have contact with all the 11,000 financial institutions that are registered with the different license categories, depending on the financial products and the financial services that they sell to our clients.
Okay, all right. Now, Tom, as an independent broker, what are some of the factors should one look out for, before taking up an investment scheme of any sort?
Spiwe, thank you. So, as an independent broker, ngicabanga ukuthi, the advice that nginganikeza umuntu if ufuna ukuthenga investment products is that oqala kumele ukukhuluma no financial advisor. Ngoba u-financial advisor umuntu ofundisiwe, umuntu owenza ukuthi kumele abhale ama-exams, uwenza ukuthi u-accreditile ukuthi akunikeza i-advice. Ngoba i-advice yami is liable to me. Ngoba if i-advice yami ayikho right, umthengi uzowazi ukuthi angena ku either uFAIS or uwenza ama-complaint for mina from the advice. So my advice would be if umuntu ufuna ukuthatha investment, any form of investment, it would be always advisable to speak to an accredited financial advisor who would have the necessary skills to give information so that when you make a decision, it's an informed decision, because my job is not ukuthi ngikudecidela, umsebenzi wami is that ukuthi ngikunikeza information, and then if when unayo leyo information uzowanza ukwenza that decision that will be in your best interest.
So ngibona ngani ke i-service provider ukuthi i-credible, like what's the point of reference to check ukuthi khale umkhonyovu lona noma ke this is legit?
Well, firstly, I would say then you would need to work for an authorized financial services company, which is authorized by the FSCA. So we are all regulated. No matter which company we work for, we all fall under the umbrella or the rules, the regulations that are set out by the Financial Services Conduct Authority, and all financial service providers as well as financial advisors have to be accredited with the institution in order for them to give advice to any South African regarding any insurance products or an investment product.
Okay, so basically I need to check with them, the office of the FSCA, to check whether a financial or service provider is regulated or not.
Well, you could check with the independent broker. We have an authorized financial services
Okay.
number that we are issued by the FSCA, which we could be used to check the credibility of the company you're working with. It also could be used to check if this company has been in trouble before, because there's a list that's kept by the FSCA of all brokers, companies that are not regulated or authorized to give advice to any South African.
All right. Let's leave it there for now. We'll be right back. Please do join us after this break. If you just joined us today, we're talking about, investing your money. What is it that you should look out for before taking up any investment scheme? Ngoba lokho si-avoida ukuthi ke ufake imali yakho emgodini longagcini. Leli ke Yilungelo Lakho. We'll be right back. Sawumola futhi mbukele tincingo tethu setivuliwe ukuthi nawe ke ungavakalisa umbono wakho. Call our participation lines right now. They will pop up on your screens. I hope my colleagues will bring it up. There we go. 0117140670. You can also email your thoughts to consumer@sabc.co.za. Ungaphinza usifole futhi ku Facebook na ku Twitter. Namhla ke sikhuluma ke ngama investment schemes nekuthi ke ngumaphi ma investment schemes lekumele ke uthi wathathe nalawo lekumele ke uthi wa avoid. Ngumaphi ma investment schemes longathi ngumkhonyovu and those that are legit. We do have our experts today who will be, just sharing their tips and thoughts as to what to look out for before taking up any investment schemes. Ngoba ke sendela ukuthi ke ungafaki imali yakho emgodini longagcini uthikhanze soyifaka ke emfuleni eVaal River. So just before that break, we're just discussing off camera, about what to look out for before taking up any investment schemes. I want us to get deeper into this conversation. Ukuthi ke yini lekumele ukuthi sikubuke before you take up any investment schemes. I know there's certain companies that that found themselves on the wrong side of the FSCA laws, registered companies, well-regulated companies by the FSCA, but satfola ukuthi ke sekavaliwe lama companies and people lost their monies. Lokho kubangelwa yini vele?
Okay. Kubangelwa desperation one from people wanting high returns in a very short space of time. Investments are long term. We can't expect to double your investment in a month's time or in a week's time. So investments carry a risk with wona. So and our markets are change all the time. So we value investment will change as well according to a market. So people or companies that offer you high returns, that should be a red flag for you. Another red flag should be where the person that is offering you the investment is acting or faking to represent a company, the well-known companies that provide investment products. So you can contact the FSCA to verify that those companies are registered with us indeed. So another way that they use to defraud our clients is can look out for the websites, websites with these companies, whether they are legit, they are not fake. SMS phishing schemes where they will request our clients, our customers, provide our contact details by providing passwords and user accounts to e-link and buy these products or follow this link for our products. So those are one of the schemes that our customers should look out for. And they should also look out for persons or customers offering offshore schemes which are not registered in South Africa or are not authorized to be sold in South Africa. So they can verify those with the Financial Sector Conduct Authority to confirm indeed that those schemes are registered and authorized.
What if a company tells me, ukuthi imali yami, they will invest it, they will invest it ku forex. Bakutshele ukuthi ke dollar, randi is doing very well against the dollar, so we'll be trading for you or trading on your behalf so that you could get, a ridiculously high return. So That appears to me as a legit response.
The fact that it will tell you that you will get a ridiculously high return, that is a red flag on its own. Because our Kama investments, where you get quick cash in high returns in a very short space of time, like I said. So that should be a red flag on its own. But
you don't believe in forex markets where, you know, the currencies fluctuate?
Currencies do fluctuate, and our investments, they react to our circumstances in the financial markets. So your investments may be high today. An event will occur in the financial markets that will cause your investment the following day to fluctuate and the value to go down. So those are the things that you should look out for. And also you should look for experiences of these people that are providing you these investments and financial products, how experienced these people are. Do they have the right competency requirements in terms of providing these services and products? So those are some of the things that you should look out for.
All right. Ntate Makgoo, kuna naba ke bo ask me how. Naba bo, you know, if you want to double your money in 14 days, ask me how. Kuthi ke labo, and the weird thing is that some of these companies are regulated by the FSCA, and you know, they seem legit. But in Jabakchele, there's a financial product that they are selling. Ask me how, and then you find yourself investing your hard-earned money there. So this particular investment product or investment scheme is legit or not, even if it's a company that is fully registered?
Yeah, kunzima ngempela, because these are things, these are tactics abazisebenzisayo to entice abantu.
Yeah.
Bayazi ukuthi abantu bafuna imali. Akekho umuntu ongafuni imali. Akekho ngempela umuntu ongafuni imali, ongafuni ukuba rich masinya nje.
Yeah.
So but still, when it comes to money, umuntu ufanele ucabange kabili. Ufanele ucabangisise before uthatha isinyathelo sokuthi ufake imali kuphi. Because le mali leyo uyisebenzele kanzima. Njengoba ashilo uMatshidiso ukuthi the first point ukuthi mawuhlangana nomuntu akutshela izinto ezifana lezi, first of all ufanele uzibuze imibuzo eminingi. And then after emva kwalokho uzibuza ukuthi yena lo muntu lo ufunani kulento, ufuna ukugainani kulento. And then bese ke uyaqala ke manje uzihlanganisa ne FSCA. Kulula ke impela ukucheka ukuthi umuntu uregistered. Labo bangekho registered. Kulula uya to the website yase FSCA, you search a financial services provider lapha, click ufake igama, and then iyakutshela same time ukuthi ayikho record la or ikhona record kune FSP number kanjalo. And then lapho kuma companies are registered njengoba ushilo, sawazi ama companies lapho ke ba targete kakhulu abantu abaphuma to pension, abaceda ukuthola imali zomhlala phansi, and bayazi ukuthi baphethe istaka labantu. And then into ebalekile ukuthi ufanele uyenze investigation iqala. No, even if we are a financial services provider, le ene license eyaziwayo kahle nje, because as much as sikhuluma ngokuthi there's fraudulent companies, or that obviously they would have used fraudulent documents and things like that to convince a regulator ukuthi they are legit. Lento bayenzayo ngempela ikhona.
What about those companies that are legit and fully registered with the FSCA, but with they are embarking on an illegitimate service or practice, even though they are registered? So ngibabona kanjani labo, and if I find myself imali yami seyihambile, where do I go? Do I come to your office or do I run to FSCA?
You definitely can come to our office if you have a complaint enjalo, because ithingixaxise kulama points besikhuluma ngawo eqaleni besikhuluma ngokuthi i-jurisdiction yeka FAIS Ombud ya overlap with the FSCA. There is no overlap that much. In fact, it is very clear. The Act is very clear. The FAIS Ombud, the Office of the FAIS Ombud, deals with complaints specifically. So the FSCA is the regulator. They are in the regulation space. They issue my licenses, kanjalo. Conduct yakhe is within this license that they've given.
Yes.
So FAIS Ombud ayenzi lezi zinto lezo. So tina specifically sisebenza ngama complaints. Sithola ama complaints from the public. A complaint, it has to be specific by umuntu o complainayo. It's either umuntu o investile or umuntu or complain about imali whereby they are a beneficiary. That's what the rules says.
Okay.
Or mhlambe they are entitled in a way to that money. So ukuthi ubona kanjani ufanele always mawudila nento ehambelana nemali ufanele uthatha isikhathi ungasheshi ukusayina uthatha isikhathi ubuze abaningi makwenzeka hamba uyobuza abanye futhi ama-financial advisors amanye or at least family members. You have to uye back family members ubabuze ukuthi hey man ngihlangane nomuntu lana ungitshela ngento ethize uyabazi in the family bakhona labo uwazi khona ukuthi lo yena unokuba nokwazi izinto. In every family, there is that person.
Okay, so, please hold the thought. We'll continue our conversation after the break. Do stay with us. We'll be right back after this. And after the break, we are more than willing to take your calls and ask questions and share your thoughts or even your experiences with any financial service provider. Yilungelo Lakho Welcome back, everybody. Our participation lines are now open for you to take part. So please take up that phone. Usishayele khona manje lapha ke e-studio ke kuba ingcenye yenkulumo yethu namhla ungashayela licingo ke ku-011 714 0669 noma ke 011 714 0670. You can email your thoughts again to consumer@sabc.co.za or interact with us via our social media platforms. Namhla ke sikhuluma ke investment schemes nekuthi ke yini lekumele ukuthi ukwati yini futhi lekumele ukuthi ukubuke before taking up any investment schemes, so you can so you can make sure that you are not hard done by any financial institution. And I want us to talk about some of the popular investment schemes that so many investors or would-be investors were lured and just found themselves prey to. Yini ngeke ngathi ke advumile my investment schemes?
Sorry, Spiwe?
Yeah, so what are some of the popular investment schemes that so many investors find themselves being cornered to take?
For me, being in the industry, one of the most famous ones I can recall is the, I don't know if I can mention it here, but was the M scheme, where people were putting money in and getting like more than double the returns within a short period of time. Being an advisor, we are taught that depending on how long you want to invest for, will determine the interest rate that you can try to get. There's no investment products in the country that really offer guarantees, that offer high returns. It's mainly about, for you, what is your strategy? Why do you want to invest? Do you want to save money? Because there's a difference. Investing, saving money, I would say, are two different concepts to discuss, Spiwe.
And then there are those who are hiding behind the curtain of this being Loholiswano, or maybe Stokfela. We are all paying money to this particular individual with the hope of getting triple whatever we've paid. So would that be a red flag as well? Would you see that as a red flag?
Definitely, that is a red flag, because our returns as a high, because the question that you should be asking yourself, where is this money invested? Is it invested in what products, in what markets, which markets this money is invested in? Because money doesn't just grow on itself. It has to be invested somewhere. So definitely you should be, that is a red flag. Should be a red flag. You should then start asking questions and doing background checks on where this money is being invested.
What if there's a particular product that they are selling, yet they continue to take deposits, like deposit taking with the guise, under the guise of they're investing in a particular product. I don't want to mention names, but there's been big companies out there which has been taking deposits from people, and then downliners, upliners, when you service your upliner so that you move up the rank. But they hide under the curtain of a particular product that they are selling.
Okay, so AMA schemes in South Africa that people can invest in, they are registered with the FSCA. So the first line of defense would be checking with the FSCA if these schemes are indeed registered with the FSCA. If it's not, that scheme, you should not even put your money in that scheme if it's not registered with the FSCA, because chances it's fraudulent. You should check on the FSCA website. The registered scheme are listed on available from the FSCA. You can get a list of all the registered schemes. So no scheme that is registered in South Africa is not on our website.
Okay. Ntate Makgoo, so what are your thoughts on what Matshidiso has just said? In terms of those companies, a company letsengisa health and beauty products. So Village is a known company, it's saying, lotion, whatever it is, but it continues to take deposits from people. Then go downliners, upliners, which again, you move up the ranks.
Yeah. All right. Already ngalendlela is structuring a corner. It has got real characteristics of a pyramid scheme. It's right there. You can see that this is a pyramid scheme.
I wanted to say pyramid scheme, but I wanted you to say
nowhere. Okay. Yeah, it is definitely going nowhere. Some of the companies that we know, I'm not saying this was a pyramid scheme, but like as Matshidiso says, you need to ask yourself a question. How does these people generate this interest? Because the investments that we know that are legit, for example, unit trusts, you invest in a fund that they tell you this fund has invested its money in a mining company that you know, that is out there, Anglos, and we know these big companies. Yes. And that is legit. How does that investment generate its interest? If those companies do well, we know they publish their financials and the information is out there. So then we know that it is making money. So, but these ones, you cannot answer this. You cannot see exactly what le mali le kahle kahle kuthiwa ngizoyi earn la as interest. Iphuma phi bayigenerate kanjani? That is how you know ukuthi no, there's a problem. And umsebenzi ke manje ka financial advisor abo Tom ukuthi, because sometimes these companies they use them abantu abafana njengabo Tom ukuthi ama financial advisors, because they know ukuthi these people, they've got a huge pool of client base. Yes. That they can tap into, and then ama investments will come in. Right. And if they get their support, they can convince ama financial advisors, then they will be able to get through to these clients. Okay. There's some of the schemes, if I can mention one or two. Okay. ShareMax.
Please hold your thoughts. Please hold your thought. We'll continue with those schemes in a moment. But for now, let's take our first caller. Monica Sawubona. Monica from Tata, Sawubona.
Hello, Putin. Njani?
Siyaphila kunjani mama?
Siyaphila khona.
Khuluma nathi mama.
Siyaphila mama, nathi Putin dilithoba ndingumama oyipensione ona 61 years. Ndabizwa phaya ndahamba ndaya pha ndibize indawo engandiyeko.
Angivanga
ngayisho ngathi uba ndandiyethi ndingatsho uba ndandiyitsho ikhampani.
No ungalisho mama.
Okay. Yeah. So ndafika phayana ndiyozalisa ndisithi ndifaka imali yam yepension.
Yeah.
Yathi le financial advisor izondibonisa izinto eziyi-3 lapho ndingayifaka khona imali yam.
Okay.
Then bandixelela uba ethile izawundizalisa malini, enye izawundizalisa malini, enye izawundinika malini ngonyaka. Ndayifuna ngonyaka mna. Then ndayikhetha ke lena ngayikhethayo akuphela unyaka nathi bangifika kuye kanti le amfake kuye wandixelela uba ibingeyiyo ye-1 year ndibe mna wandisayinisa leya nto esithi yeye-1 year. Ithe xa ngaba ndithatha ndisithi ke ngoku ndithatha laa mali yam le ndandiyifakile ndafika imali yam iless ndathi waye ungazange undixelele uba imali yam inoba less because the aim yoba ndifake imali yam mna yeyokuba ndifuna imali yam izale. Ndizamile ke uba ndidibane nemanager yakhona imanager yathi hayi into last year le October
understand ukuthi imali yakho kwendekani naba-investor le mali yakho wawathola ama-returns
babengazange ndifonelwe zange bandithini ndathi ndabe kuphela unyaka ndamfonela ndahamba ndaya kuye wathi hayi le mali ibizelile nge-40,000 but yaphinde yathathwa kwakhona yaless ke ngoku kwimali ebendiyifakile imali yam ndayithatha ingaphelelanga.
So nawe ibuka le company i-company le registiwe noma ke i-company yemuntu nje?
Ibhenki lena ndithetha ngayo mfekazi.
Okay.
Okusebhenki.
Okay, all right. Mama Monica.
Okusebhenki okoko ndizama ke wabathi ke kuba ndifuna ukuba ndidibane naye le-nantsike le-financial advisor nomanager. Bathi ewe bazawudibana nam up to now andikadibani abakandidibanisi nala financial advisor ndibabonise ii-messages ewayezithetha i-financial advisor kum. Futhi ndiyarhalela bahlakazi bam nindixelele uba ingaba lo muntu wayi-registered na njengoba nisitsho uba ufanele uba umuntu registered. Thina asazi into thina abantu badala akho nto siyaziyo ngezi zinto basingamaxhoba bayasiqhatha abantu.
Okay.
So andazi ke ngoba singadibana singaya kwezinto ethi ngabe ndiye kwethi office because ndiyarhalela uba ndideskeni ndife. Then ndibabonise ne-messages i-financial advisor eyayindithumelela zona.
Siyabonga kakhulu mama ukukhuluma nathi and we do apologize for that. We are so sorry that happened to you. Kepha ke please tune in to SABC 1 uchubeke ubukele mama because tinintetho ke titawuzama ukusida kulelo hlangothi. And I would love all of you to just weigh in on inkinga ya mama. I'm going to start with you baba.
Okay. Inkinga enjena ngimzwile uma Monica ukuthi ufake imali kwibank and then bese ke bamthembisa ukuthi uzothola imali engaka and then maka sekabuyela uthola imali yakhe incane wagcina sekayithatha njalo. So inkinga enjena ngizo encourage ukuthi Mama Monica asithumelele complaint le office la FAIS Ombud sizokwazi ukuthi singabona ukuthi singamnceda kanjani.
Ma office enu are they national?
Office lethu it's national. It operates within the whole country. We receive complaints from all over the country.
Okay.
Although it's one office in Pretoria, but we take complaints.
Are we come office at the provinces?
No.
Okay.
There's only one office in Pretoria,
okay.
In next to Menlyn. So I wouldn't encourage Gutu Mama ahambe asuke lapha emthatha eze lana because I mean, there's a lot of modes of communication that umama can use. Angacela if akakwazi ukuthi afake email or angene kwi website yethu alogi complaint or asifexele yona i-complaint. Akukhathaleki ukuthi uyibhale kanjani. Angayibhala nangesixhosa ayibhale kahle nje. Sinabantu abakwazi ukufunda wonke amalimi akhona la eSouth Africa. Sizokwazi ukuthi sibone ukuthi singamnceda kanjani.
Matshidiso ungamnceda kanjani? Ungamsita kanjani mama?
Umama anga contact i-office yethu nathi FSCA.
Okay.
Asinike i-details ze bakwenzeka ntoni xa ifaka imali yakhe ebank. So anga contact her, our contact center where they will direct her ukuthi how she should go about submitting this incident. And also we'll do investigation. Apple will try and find out exactly what happened.
What if ibhange ke litawuthi lona no ngema charges elibhange lawo? These are just admin charges that made le mali ukuthi inciphe.
That's
so
where we'll,
would that be a legit explanation from the financial institution?
That's where we'll do an investigation. We will contact the bank and try and find out kahle kahle kwenzeke ntoni. Yini le product mama bemthengele yona? How is the product structured? Injani product enjani? Mama be investe product enjani for how long? So all those details mama funeke as submitted to FSCA for investigation yenziwe.
Okay. Tom, nawubuka vele nje ukuthi nangabe umuntu uthatha imali yakhe uyimisa ebhange, one of the most trusted institutions. So logo it erodes confidence yebantfu ngetimali tabo. What's your thoughts on that?
You know, fortunately I worked for one of the bigger banks. I was a senior planner, and I think the sad side of the industry is that, you know, clients don't generally know about is that there's a cost to investing. Yes. Nothing in this country is for free. If you come to me to invest money, there's something that I've got to get out of it. And that's a question I feel, you know, customers tend not to ask. You know, they're more concerned about how much interest I'm going to get, but not how much it's actually costing me. And there's various investment products. There's products where I can make money before you even see a return. And, you know, advisors are humans. Just like any other humans, they are good and they are bad. They are those that are driven by their own personal agendas on whether they want to make money, or they are those who genuinely want to assist clients. And that's where we are caught as brokers, you know, independent or an agent, it doesn't really matter. Because we're trying to do our part, you know, in trying to give the best advice, you know, and then there's the other side of our industry that constantly brings this perception to say, okay, financial advisors are bad people. So, you know, it really is an industry thing. I think also if I had the power to, I would, you know, there should be regulation forcing institutions to educate our population. Yes. We have a highly uneducated population of our parents, and they don't know anything about money. You know, they just know to work, get paid, pension. But then there's so much that goes into finance, there's so much that goes into understanding, and that's why, you know, the financial advisors has the most important job. But then again, you know, who do you trust? And when it comes to advisors, I always say to any clients, even if I met you, I'd say to you, go see 4 or 5 other guys before you come to me. So at least if you're choosing me, you know why you're choosing me, because, you know, it's good to court and see, okay, this broker, what is his approach? What is his intentions? And through engaging, you can always get the sense, am I going to be the one benefiting? However, in Mama's case, you know, with her, she trusted the institution, you know, and the institution could have its own targets. Like I said, I worked within a bank, there are targets we've got to meet. If we don't meet them, our job is on the line. So it's a bit of a difficult situation. You know, it's not one straight cut answer we could give to, but I think as an industry, we all have a role to play, you know, in terms of our part to the industry. Yeah.
All right, let's leave it there for now. And Mam Monica will be sharing numbers FAIS Ombudsman kanye na FSCA after the break. Kwanyalo asasithathe lelinye likhefu siyangasetitolo lelilungelo lakho ungasanyakati. Sanibukela futhi bekunene ke, and to take part in today's show ungashara licingo khona manje ke ku 0117140669 noma ke 0117140670. Ungasithumela futhi ne-email ku consumer@sabc.co.za. Siyatfolakala futhi ku Facebook na ku Twitter. Let's take our next caller na Caroline ulapha ke Soweto. Sakamude Caroline, ehlelweni sawubona.
Sawubona baba, kunjani?
Siyaphila kunjani mama?
Saphila.
Khuluma nathi mama.
Mina ngathatha i-retirement and then nga-investa imali yami go one of the institutions. So imali bengihola every month, bathi ngizohola every month. And then khona manje imali sebayaya halffull angisatholi le pay bengiyithola. Bathi due to inflation rate. Kodwa masana zami basitshela ukuthi inflation rate mayikhuphuka mayehla imali nayo izenza kanjalo. But the minute iba stable then izobuyela back to.
So abakutshelanga ke na uthatha leyo investment leyo lokuthi ke inflation nayo iyakhuphuka nemali itawenda njani noma ke imali taba standard?
Abakhulumanga.
Okay, wena nje sothi bona nje utfola imali encane.
Mangiwabuza about inflation rate.
Okay, all right. Siyabonga kakhulu ukushayela. And I suppose inkinga lefana nama Monica le kuthi ke umuntu ufaka imali yakhe and then ibuye seyincane. And I want all of you to just weigh in kuthi ke kuthi imali ti dependent on inflation. How are consumers protected? Baba Makgoo.
Okay. There's a code of conduct when a financial advisor renders advice these investments. So the code of conduct is very clear. Ama steps I follow in order to give that advice. It requires that a financial advisor must gather information a client to understand a client emeguphi empilweni age yakhe into ezifana. That's why sometimes this kind of a profession it is so intrusive in such a way that sometimes you have to tell your financial advisor secrets that you can't even tell your wife, because that's how it is. You have to disclose all this information to a financial advisor. Advice recommend a product right, investment right, efanele situation yako, efanele investment, efanele ama plans wako. Because investments, everybody you invest because you've got a plan ngemali leyo. So if you plan yako ukuthi le mali le we toll every month in order to survive, then a financial advisor must look at that. What type of an investment is it that is going to be suitable for this, and how long is this that you need? If it's a pension, then he needs to check all those things, and then from there, in the analysis, what kind of risk appetite as a client do you have, and then from there, as was okay, risk because the investments are risk profiled. Yes. So there's high risk types of investments and medium risk and the very low risk types of investment like money markets and things like that. So whereby guti imalia kolana anyege, especially if you are investing for a short time, then you must look at something that is lower in terms of risk. Sure. And then if it's very, very long term, then you can maybe increase that risk. But at the same time, like I said, it's a holistic approach. You need to look at a lot of things about a client before you give that advice and make recommendations.
All right, and I'd love the both of you to also weigh in, but let's also take another call. Siyabonga ukhona lapha eJozi. Siyabonga siyabonga ehlelweni sawubona. Siyaphila kunjani baba?
Siyaphila. Can you hear me?
Yes, siyakuva baba, talk to me.
Okay. I just caught the show like sort of like in the middle. I don't know if there's someone specifically from FSCA. I know my question is specifically directed to them. There is these people that are normally approaching like a lot of people on social media undertaking the business of rendering financial services. I just want to know from FSCA side what it is that they do about such people, because those people are not FSCA accredited. Normally, when they contact me, what I normally say to them is that, please give me your FSCA number or something, and then knowing that I'll just go to FSCA website, type their number, and then they should show there. So what it is that they do, because those people, I think they're just stealing a lot of money from people, hoping, promising them like a specific returns after some time, of which there is no one in the financial market knows how much your money will be in 5 or 10 years.
In a situation where you invested your money and you did not get your money's worth?
No, actually, it's sort of like something that I've been trying to... You can hear me?
Yeah. Carry on.
Yeah. Now, for me, it's something that I always come across, like when these people just like stalk you and all of that. But fortunately, on my side, I'm sort of like a little bit educated in terms of them and the business that they do. Okay. But yes.
All right, yes, because thank you so much for your time. Unfortunately, we're out of time. Thank you so much for taking your time to call us and sharing your thoughts with us. All right, should we go to an ad break? Yes, all right, let's take a very final break this afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. Please do join us after this break. Welcome to a very final segment. Unfortunately, we're out of time, but just briefly, in the last minutes, in the dying minutes of the show, bengicela ukuthi isichazele abantu ukuthi yini kumele sikwende nangabeke ngiditfola sengisengingeni ukuthi imali yami ayikhuli noma ke imali yami ngishayeleke sakeni.
Okay. So what our customers can do, they need, one, when you are dealing with a financial advisor, you need to be sure that this person you are dealing with is an authorized financial advisor, and that they are representing a financial institution that is also an authorized financial institution. So my clients need to request information, that is when they're giving advice, record of advice. So they can get that information in writing within 30 business after receiving that advice. Also, they need to make sure that they have details, umuntu, who's giving them advice, and people that are selling financial services, details such as where they operate, their business premises, their telephone numbers, and their FSP.
So, Nina, a list of those blacklisted companies or people that I shouldn't work with?
Yes, we do have a list of blacklisted people, so you can contact the FSCA and request a list of blacklisted people, or if you want to verify a person that you are unsure about, contact the FSCA and verify if that person is not on the list of blacklisted people.
All right. Tom, your thoughts, your final thoughts?
Final thoughts, Spirit. I think we need to change the misconception that you can't lose money, because part of investing is there's going to be gains, there's going to be losses, but it comes back to strategy. If you invested in a short term, for a short term, but you have exposure to high risk assets, and there's going to be a COVID-19, the economy goes down, you're going to lose. So it all comes back to strategy, how long you're investing in, and obviously that will tell us what asset classes we can invest into. Spirit.
All right. Tom and Matshidiso, Makgoo, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. We do appreciate your time. Maybe thank our studio guests for their time on the show this afternoon. And the entire team says, do have a great week ahead. Cheers. Mganwa